Hi everyone, it's Nene back with another scoop of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. No money, more problems. Episode 19. So we're back again with Eva's wedding where we stopped. Kind of showing us more clips of her third dress, which was absolutely gorgeous. But I said she didn't really need three dresses. But okay, we'll keep it right moving along. So Marlo caught the bouquet. Now if only she can catch a man. That would be nice. Maybe she might get married soon. So Eva's gone also for her honeymoon with her husband, and she's having a great time. They went to Greece, and that was really gorgeous. So we see Ron and Shamari, they're having a date night and they're having fun. We see Nene is going to Marlo's place and catching up on what's been going on. What the hell was Nene wearing? She had this lovely kimono, but then she had some pants that were like, I don't know, it was just also confusing. Anyway, Marlo is there to spill the tea, right? Marlo's house is nice, but we don't really see everything, but I've seen her closet before. Okay, moving on. So Marlo starts spilling the tea with Nene and saying, oh, she heard a lot of stuff about Eva and Eva not having money. Now, before she finishes spilling the tea, Tanya comes over and Tanya's like, oh, hi, Nene, you look so good. I'm like, Tanya, girl, she doesn't look that good, but okay, whatever. And then Marlo keeps spilling the tea, and Marlo is saying, oh, Eva is having financial problems. Some bridesmaid called her a day after the wedding and was saying, oh, because Tanya had said, oh, they spared no expenses at the wedding. And Marlo is like, well, maybe they should have. It was a beautiful wedding, but they shouldn't have. She didn't need the third dress. Yeah, fair enough, but is Marlo coming from a place of, sincerity? Is it coming from a good place, So that's where I'm like, Marlo, is not your place you're not coming from a good place, period. Because Marlo and Eva have had like a back and forth match before, and Eva hung her out to dry. So Marlo is now saying, look, she heard Eva's got bad credit and she wasn't like looking for this tea, but this tea came over to her, and now she's like, oh, that she even has a CPN, apparently that's what it is, which is like a fraudulent way, or if you don't have good credit, you cannot use that to get a car or something funny like that. And she doesn't really know, and now she calls up this girl, and this girl is still regurgitating all the lies. And you're like, okay, Nene's on the phone, Nene's on speakerphone with you, can you say that? And this girl is like, oh yeah, it's true, Marlo really has bad credit and the house she lives in is not her own. I don't know since when renting a house has become a bad thing. Okay. The girl is also saying that Mike also is having issues with his credit as well, and Eva has been carrying him and all of that they don't really have the money that. And I'm like, why is Nene taking this all in like, oh, more wine? And I'm like, Nene, girl, if this is your friend, you should shut this mess down. I know, Nene, if someone did this to you, or even said the least about you, you would definitely want to shut it down. But Nene seemed to have been enjoying it and was like, oh, and taking all of it in. And at the end, she says, you know what? I have to be the one to break the news to Eva and let Eva know, And I'm like, no, Nene didn't do a good job. No, Nene's not a good friend. Because I know when it just didn't look, it wasn't a good look, And Tanya's like, okay. And you see Tanya, that hasn't even known Eva that long, riding for Eva and saying, look, I went to the house, I went to visit her, she lives in that house. And they're like, no, the house is rented, it's not in her name. And I'm like, who cares? Who doesn't have financial problems? I mean, come on. Look, even the countries in the world all have financial problems, so why wouldn't an individual have? Too much. Moving right along. The OLG crew is meeting up. The family, Candy, her daughters, her son, her mom, and Todd. And that they're talking about the fact that they now have a license for OLG and they are ready to open in a few weeks. So they're going to do a soft opening, which is kind of good. I've really watched Candy grow. After that Candy and Phaedra issue, I used to side-eye Candy, even though I know Candy was, in the right, but because Phaedra was telling all those lies. But I also see Candy doing some petty shit, But any which ways, I've been watching the whole episode from the beginning, and I'm like, I'm writing for Candy because Candy has done so much. she's one of the few people that has actually used her platform on the Real Housewives to actually grow and build. You know, we've seen her do the, you know, from going to, from being like a musician, songwriter. She's wrote for Kim. She's continued with her band, with her group. She's gone back to Escape. You know, she's done the OLG. She has her line, her candy coated line. She had her candy coated clay stuff she was doing. You know, so she's really built. She's used this forum to grow, and I love it. So anyway, she's talking to the family, and she's like, you know, guys, we've been talking about the surrogate thing, and we've had 2 last embryos, and we've decided to go ahead with it. And Todd is now sold on using the eggs, and yeah, this is where we are. So I understand Mama Joyce being happy for her, because Mama Joyce is like, yeah, it's not really our choice, it's your choice, and we're happy for you guys as long as you guys can make it work. And then here we go with Candy's daughter. She's like, oh no, you know, she's like, no, I'm not having any of it. Riley's saying, no, I don't know, because the last time you guys had this baby, and I get where Riley's coming from. She feels like half of the time she probably has to babysit, you know, maybe her sister is also maybe in college now, I think. Todd's daughter is in college now, so Riley probably was stuck because she was in Atlanta babysitting most of the time. And she's like, guys, if you're having a baby, make sure you guys take care of this baby. But you know what? It's called the rite of passage. Listen, if they're going to keep you in the house, they're going to buy your car, they're going to feed you, the least you can do is take care of your younger ones. It's the rite of passage, you know. And being a girl, it actually gives you some experience in taking care and being able to baby feed and change diapers and stuff. At least you know, okay, yeah, you can actually do it, you know. So no excuses, Riley, if you have to do it, because if the parents don't go out, then how are they going to make the big bucks, you know, to take care of you and your siblings? We heard Riley wanted to get I think a Range Rover or something. I don't know. And Todd was against it, but Candy's like, look, let the girl live. Moving right along. We see Portia and Dennis. They're talking about their gender reveal party, and don't really care. But it's going to be, I think it's going to be a circus theme. They're going to have popcorn, candy cones, and everything else. But they now sit down and they're talking about their finances and drawing up a prenup, which is very important for any couple that is serious and people that are making serious bucks out there. So they're also talking about their living situation. Dennis is saying, while I don't mind compromising right now, but for the long term, I don't want to be living out of the city, being that most of my work is in the city. I hope Portia hears him and does not, I hope she's able to compromise and understand that, yeah, he's actually making a valid point. He doesn't want to be driving. And then before you know, I hope hopefully he doesn't end up like getting his own place in the city while Portia and the kid are living all the way out in her beautiful villa. So I hope they can actually come to a mutual agreement where, we'll see. We'll be watching. Now Eva meets up with Candy and she's back from her honeymoon and she's talking about what's been going on and how one of her bridesmaids almost choked out the wedding planner, and that it's been crazy, that she thought the girl was a good friend, but apparently she's not even good at all, So Candy's like, what? And then of course she also says, well, because of the situation with her baby donor, her daughter's father, that she's had to keep moving because she's scared for her life and he's threatened a couple of times. I mean, we all read about it and everything. So Candy's like, okay, but you're moving, you buying a house? And she's like, no, she's probably going to keep renting for a little while. We'll see. Moving right along, Nene sits down with Gregg and they're able to talk. I think we should have had this conversation a long time ago because they literally dragged this whole season. Nene's life this whole season has just been about her and Gregg, and she has made every other cast member uncomfortable and depressed and sad, because pretty much that's all. Nene could have sat down with Gregg and had this conversation a little earlier and then said, hey guy, I know you're going through this, but this is how I'm also going through it with you. A lot of people have felt that Nene has been very insensitive, and I agree with that, because Nene has made this about her and talking about separating, and I'm like, no, you're not going to do that. It just make an ass out of you. So Nene has not really, but anyway, I'm happy to just see that eventually she's going to ride and die with Gregg. That's what, for better for worse is, So moving on, the OLG soft opening. They have a great location apparently. You can see it's near a mall or some sort. That cake, oh my god, the OLG cake, red velvet, oh, to die for. So now all the ladies are there. We have Eva, Shamari, Tanya, Mama Joyce, and Auntie Bertha, and all the other, and then of course the other lady from the ACU is also there. I can't remember her. Havana. Why are they trying to push Havana on us? We don't care. We really don't need. Oh, okay. Moving on. So Tanya seems like a good friend, and Tanya's like, hey Eva, let me hit you up. And now this is where you know someone that actually has a good, you know, she actually pulls her to the side. She doesn't do it like in front of everyone. She says, girl, this is what somebody in your whatever is spilling about you. They're talking about your credit, you're talking about this and that, and the fact that you're renting, and pretty much you need to nip this shit in the bud. This is what I heard. You know, I don't know the girl, and already Eva is able to figure it out that it's some girl that she's had a history with, that she thought was her ride or die. And she's like, well, apparently when people get married, you know, people fall out and all of that. So Nene comes in, and Eva, we see Eva saying, you know, hand me my purse, please. Hi, girl, hi, girl. And Eva is taking off. She's like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm going to see Mike. I'm going to be with Mike and all of that. Her husband. So Eva takes off, and Nene is like, what's going on? And Tanya's like, I think Eva just left because I told her what happened. You told her what? Why would you do that? I told you I was going to tell her myself. And I'm like, Nene, it wasn't that big a deal. I think Tanya did the right thing, because if Tanya had sat down with Eva knowing that they had spilled all that tea and she didn't say anything, Tanya would have looked like a jackass. Yeah, we would have been like, Tanya, no, you sat there and kikied and ha-had and you didn't say anything to this girl. Now I'm also wondering why Nene did not pick up the phone, because once you get that kind of tea, ideal is that you pick up the phone right away and say, girl, someone in your whatever is, you know, spilling stuff about you. I heard this shit, this is what I heard. You know, just, you know, try and figure it out, you know, so at least she's prepared. You know, she's not coming to the scene unprepared. She's like, okay, I heard this, you know, and then she has a response for the girls if it comes up, you know. Marlo for sure will definitely bring it up, you know. Marlo is not going to hide it. You can be sure of that. So Nene calls, so the girls are now like talking about what, the girls are trying to figure out what was said, and we have Marlo coming, and Marlo is now like, oh, this and that. Tanya is also giving a little bit of here and there. She said her credit is bad, and you know, trying to make it soft. But anyways, Marlo comes in and is like, well, this is what I heard. Oh yeah, poor Eva is a fraud, and Eva is this, and now Eva is... So Nene calls Eva and goes out to meet up with Eva. Eva makes Eva come back, and Eva is with Mike. And Eva says, look, I'll talk to you, just you for a few seconds. But you know what? No mics. I just want to just have a conversation. But Nene is still Mike, so we can hear them talk. And we see Mike saying, you have to go back in and talk with the ladies, and, you know, don't let someone else narrate your story. Let your narrative be what is out there. You can control it. And I totally get that. So Eva agrees to come back. But Nene is saying, oh, the girls don't mean any harm. They're not doing anything. They're like, you know, trying to understand it. But meanwhile, on the inside, Marlo is like, oh yeah, I heard this. I heard all the way when she was in whatever, she in the West Coast or in the East Coast, she was a full-blown lesbian. And I'm like, okay, spill the tea, you know. Somewhere, I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Is Eva telling the whole truth? No, I do not believe so. But guess what? Are you guys expecting Eva to come out and say, hey guys, my credit score is bad? Who does that? Why would I tell you guys that? No. Are you expecting Eva to come out and say, hey guys, this is my, you know what I'm going through, my husband is not doing well? No. Why? She doesn't owe you guys anything, you know. It's just Mad Dave, but because of some girl in her circle that is spilling all this tea, you know. But the thing is, Marlo is being messy. Nene hasn't been a good friend, a ride or die. So Eva pretty much has to just control this whole situation. So Eva comes back in and she's like, okay, bring it on. What did you guys hear? Let me, you know. And Marlo is like, well, we heard this, you know, you're a renter. She's like, yeah, I'm renting the place because of my baby daddy and all of that. You know, my life is at risk and I have to keep moving and all of that to try and hide my actual location. And Marlo is like, Marlo is side-eyeing her. Like, girl, if you're really that scared for your life, we see you on Instagram and you're telling us where you're going to pop up and all of that. Come on, the guy is not really checking for you, all of that. Like I said, I think the truth is really somewhere in between all the mess. I don't think Eva is really as scared as she portrayed to be. But I also don't think that you know, it's anybody else's business also. It's her life. She can live it the way she wants to live it, period. So pretty much that's where it ends. You know, the girl Eva is like, well, that's my truth and I'm sticking to it. She's also surprised that Marlo is the one giving her advice and saying, don't tell people your business, because people don't really, you can't really trust people. And she's like, she feels Nene is throwing her under the bus, and Nene heard this and they didn't call her up on time. Nene waited for them to get to meet together, and maybe that's when Nene would have pulled her aside. Nah, that's really not, Nene's not really the best of friends. Well, anyway, we'll see next week. Kenya is back. We'll see. We'll be watching. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to share. Be sure to like and comment down below. Bye.